Hey comic book community, Longbox Love Affair here. I am sitting in the car waiting to go into a comic book convention. I just realized it was happening 2 days ago in DC, Metro DC, so this is Virginia, Dulles area. This is the, I think they call it Fairfax Comic Con. It's been trying to get some traction. I think the Richmond, Virginia Comic Con folks are trying to do this. So, I'm here. There's already a little bit of a line, but there's a 10 o'clock entry and a 10:30. I am not paying the extra dollars to go in at 10 o'clock, so I'm just going to suffer like the peons and go in when everyone else is. So I'm going to check that out. I did have a frustrating experience today, so hopefully this redeems it. I went to a garage sale that the first thing on the garage sales rundown list of what they had was comics. So that's always a good sign. Nope. Got there at 8 o'clock, woke up at 7. This is also the first week of my new job, so I could have used the extra time to sleep in. But I got there right before 8, walked in, first person. I was like, I'm looking for the comics, and they're like, nope, don't have any. I was like, what do you mean you don't have them? You posted them. And they said that they had sold them on Facebook, which I hadn't been checking, and who knows if it was anything good or anything I wanted. But the fact that they advertised comic books and sold them and had that still advertised as such really pissed me off. I get it, stuff happens. These people aren't experts in selling or courteous in selling, but I woke up and drove 20 minutes away to go to that, so it was a big waste of time. Round trip about 45-50 minutes by the time I waited and then went in. So hopefully this Fairfax Comic Con redeems itself, and yeah, hopefully I'll have a haul to show you all. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. So it's the day after the cons. I didn't get a chance to make this video, but before I show the books I got at the convention, just want to show off 2 books that I got. So one was at my LCS. They started carrying back issues, and so for $1 I picked up X-Men 305, a second copy. This is purely speculation for the phalanx that are appearing in the Hickman run of Powers of X and House of 10, or House of X, Powers of 10. I think that's how it's supposed to be. So for $1, it's not much of a threshold, so I thought I'd pick this up and store that in the box if that's something that comes of it. And then I was really psyched to get this in eBay. I got a great deal on Thor #1. The, oh gosh, I knew that the artist right now. I'm drawing a complete blank, but a Ribic, here we are. The Ribic cover. I didn't know this existed until the hype started, and I was like, I need that cover. I love that artwork. So picked this up. I got a really good deal on eBay a couple weeks ago. So excited to have that. And it came in a top loader and everything. So the convention, jumping back to the convention. So they had a 10 o'clock entry and a 10:30 entry. And I wasn't paying for the 10 o'clock because I wasn't wanting to be there for 2 days. They don't have a whole lot of comic book dealers, so I knew I would be there. It'd be a quick trip. And literally I was there for like 2 hours. And it was a large expo center. They had a lot of crazy things that I did not think should be at a comic convention, like LASIK. Someone asked me if I wanted LASIK or trying to sell me on LASIK. I was like, I've already had that done. I have bionic eyes. But I also don't think that LASIK should be selling at a comic book convention. It seems kind of silly. I'm sure it works out for the company, whatever. But I'm there for the comics. And there were maybe 7 comic booths, if that. And then there was like one gaming place that had some good books. They had some good books, but they were all bent to hell. So I didn't buy them because they were all messed up. So they had, like I said, they had the early entry and then the 10:30. And so I was buying the 10:30. So they let all the VIPs in before 10:30, like 5 minutes before. And then 5 minutes after that, they had the other people, me, go in and buy their tickets or join a line to get a wristband if you already purchased your ticket. So I went to buy my ticket and then went into this little cattle area, staging area, which was like 10 of us just sitting there waiting. And they started letting people in. And I was shocked. It's like, why are you letting people in? I wasn't going to say this because I was benefiting. So literally a 10:30 entry for general admission happened at 10:10 for me. So I got in the door 20 minutes early. I don't know why they do VIP if they're going to do this other thing. They don't have good rules about that, but I benefited, so I was happy about that. So there were some decent booths, a couple of them. I bought, let's see, I bought this much, not much, but one of the first things I found was a really minty copy of Thor 229, and this book has the disputed first appearance of Wolverine in ad form. So looking through it, I was like, where the heck is this? And lo and behold, there is an ad for Wolverine's first appearance. Right there. And there's a value stamp. So this book also has the chance to be cut up with that value stamp gone. So this book was really minty. I got it for $10, but really I worked a deal, so I actually got it for about $5. And I bought from this guy before, once before, good guy, but I was happy to add that book to my collection. And I just started looking for that book. Also at his booth, I bought Captain America 25, when Sam Wilson takes on the helm. I bought this and the Thor for $30. So depending on what you think, I got this for 20 and that for 10, or that for 5 and this for 25. But I don't have this book, so I wanted to have this in my collection, and this is a really near mint copy of that. I did go back to his booth later because I saw this book and I picked it up. Fantastic Four, King Size Special number 5. This has, I think, the first solo Silver Surfer story. It's pretty beat up. It's got some probably water staining. The spine is square, but it's definitely not a mint copy. It's low grade, but I just wanted it in my collection. And sometimes you just got to do that. Went to another buddy's booth of mine and started pulling these. I got 2 copies of these, and he was looking at me. He's like, I was like, yeah, that's what this is. He was a cool guy, and he had a bunch of Marvel ages. So this book is the first appearance of Sleepwalker from 1991 or 92. He appears in a preview form, similar to Darkhawk when Darkhawk was in Marvel Age 97. So one copy is pretty nice. The other copy has some bends, but that's okay. He also had, because I was getting those on the good, for a good price, he also had this book, Star Slayer number 10, the first appearance of Grimjack. And so I bought this for $10. And I was happy to support him. I don't have this book. I've been sort of looking for it, and it's getting picked up. First appearance of Grimjack. And I also got from him for $1, Nova 18. The final issue of Nova. And final issues, sometimes they're low print, usually they are. And then the last is a dollar haul from that con. Bought some variant issues, New Avengers 52, the Bacalo cover. Just a cool art cover. I got 2 copies, I'd never seen this in the wild, Civil War Ed McGuinness cover. 2 copies of that. They're not mint, they got some bends, but I'm pretty happy about that. Just really cool, clean Captain Marvel cover. Although we all know, if you read this, he actually turns out to be a Skrull, so that's too bad. And then Amazing Spider-Man number 3 variant, or Avenging Spider-Man. Oh, I didn't realize it was Avenging Spider-Man, but it's a Ramos cover, and it's a 50 Years of Spider-Man. Yeah, 50 Years of Spider-Man. So that's just different. And then just for the heck of it, Silver Surfer Annual number 6. First appearance of Legacy. This was picking up some steam, so back in the day, so it goes all over the place in terms of price, but for $1 I picked it up. And so from there I went to a Second and Charles that's in the area, not too far. I only had about 20 minutes to play around, so I needed to go quickly, and what I found immediately, I found a run of Nameless for 95 cents each. So this is the second print. It looks like it might be harder to find. So Nameless number 1. I think that's number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. That cover looks a little, you decide. And number 6. I think that's the run. I have to see. I might read this and check it out, but it was hot for a period and it might still come back. And then I've never seen this before. It's not a huge dollar book, but Ultimate X-Men number 1, the Dynamic Forces variant, it even still has a certificate and a little sticky. So pick that up. So that's the haul. All in all, not a huge find, but also questionably worth the $20 I paid to get in. So as this convention's growing, it's fairly new. It's the second year, I think, of it. And there's other conventions coming up in the next couple of weeks in DC. So they keep on growing up. So we'll see. They're not huge. And this one attracted more of a vendor crowd. But at this convention in Fairfax, it was Jay Lee was there. Pop Man, I think, was there, but I didn't meet them. So, all right, everyone, thanks for watching, and take care. All right, bye-bye.